and I saw what the neural net stuff was doing and how reliant everything was on NVIDIA. It took a while for that to pay off, but it did. Well, I shouldn't say it took a while for it to pay off, but it went crazy over the last couple months. Mustang crawler. Yeah, they've been like steadily going up over the last few years. But I think they're like 40% on the month, this month. Steel ball fangs. What did we want to do to steel ball fangs? When we have crawler Mustang. Let's go marksman. We've got delay. Just trust in the stuff that we already have. But we might want this to clear arc lights. Wait, they went marksman? Okay. I don't... Okay. Good night, Mike. Have a good one. Yeah, don't win on the other side of that. Pretty happy just trading marksman. Why would you go marksman here? It's free. I like the extra 50 gold. The extra 50 gold does a lot. It lets us unlock the wasp and drop some wasps. And since we are already winning on the front, we get to force them to make an answer. Now we've got them needing to answer the side and needing to answer the regular battle at the same time. Very hard for them to do both. Yep, so they take sledges, they win in the front, but I'm pretty sure they're just gonna lose to the wasps. Try to stay ahead. Introduce a new threat every turn, force them to keep having more answers than they can put down. We can't really put rhinos on the side because they have their steel balls on the back. Deployment module is cool, but eh. We get upgraded on one of them, not both. What do I want this rhino doing? I don't think we want to make more into steel balls. We could make more wasps, but then if they Mustang here, we'll figure something else out. We could just go Stormcrawlers. We'll get speed here. Level 1 Mustang should die to the flank. No? Ah, defense recruitment. Okay. Interesting. It's a cool way to counter it. But now we already have the Stormcallers here. We're losing this fight, but now we get to pull back the Wasps from before. And now we have the Stormcallers all ready to deal with the Mustangs that are going to be coming at us. Beast module? So we just pull these back, make them a regular part of our army. And we'll keep them towards the center so that they don't aggro the Mustangs. Now, what do we want to do? Alright. We could just... we could just make more rhinos, but they've already got the steel ball. We could just tech up. What do we tech up into? Overlord? Eh. Subterranean Blitz. Just trying to keep things in the missiles longer. But now we see, even though they've got the Mustangs are no longer countering the Wasps because they are out of position. Keep up the pressure that way. Whole bunch of upgrades available. Honestly, could just be time for this. If we put them a little bit... Oh, that's kind of far back for photon coating, but... I think that's fine. Just put those here. Movement speed attack. Throw up some Wasps. Let's save 50. Nope. Sort of lets the crawlers get in. Then the crawlers get in, deals with the Mustangs, keeps our Wasps happy. That works basically perfect. Okay, splash on these. I guess splash on these makes them a lot better against the crawlers. Worth keeping in mind if he's got that. Now what do we want to do? Take all of these. All the units that I have in play are still doing work. I would like better answers to sledges. Mustangs are his main thing that shoot up. Maybe I just need to deal with the Mustangs. Sledges? is better. I'm always weary about building too many Stormcallers, but I guess like some Stormcallers right here hits this flank perfectly. Just don't quite do enough splash. It can keep center clear. Yeah. We've already got some in the middle though. I think we can go incendiary. Use range on that. Electro shot disables tech. Yeah. Oh, have that one now, right? Probably should. Fuck. I'm not spending all my money again. Rip. Caller's good. Yeah, maybe should have it. Oh, this still shoots the wrong way. I'm getting wrecked by the steel balls. Yeah, the sledges might have been really bad. Got a level. You can get them tanky, but they still just get shot by these things. Some tech they can hold. Maybe? We can grab armor. It's just they're level 1. Take shield on these. But I think this isn't gonna work, but let's do the Hacker Man's Gambit. Still not spending all my money. Ugh. Hackerman's Gambit didn't work. I just overwhelmed by the Mustangs. Sledges were exactly the wrong answer. If I had the sledges earlier, maybe. Because leveled sledges with the armor plays pretty well into the Mustangs. God, it's got the level 4. could not get these to shoot over here. Like all the way over here, maybe. Oh, they're so out of position. Yeah, Splash Mustangs just ate the crawlers. That's what it scaled on, right? They're just able to devour the crawlers. Defense at level 1 Mustang being an answer to level 2 Wasp on the flank is good to know. I'm dropping infinite frames. Yeah, I can't stand this view on stream. I don't know what it is. OBS doesn't like this screen. Try to figure out where the enemies are stopped longest. Well, it wasn't just about dealing the most damage overall, but I needed to deal with specifically the Mustangs because the Mustangs are answering everything else in my comp. I committed too hard to the crawlers because I wasn't respecting the splash damage Mustangs. Already preempting those. But like if the Mustangs die, he has a lot of trouble killing the Wasps that I have in the back. And has more trouble than he did before dealing with the crawlers. He had sledges still, but Wasps do good at killing the sledges. But as far as shooting up, he just had these Mustangs and some marksmen. So if the Mustangs die, the Wasps run him over. What was Stormcaller EM? Part was stalling the Mustangs. Well, we had them stalled. We just couldn't get the Stormcaller to target them. Am I ever taking launcher overload? You attack faster, but you need to get in range. You still have more range than like a sledge. Maybe I undervalued launcher overload. It doubles your damage. Do you ever need high explosive? Yeah, like I've had fire. Well, I've had situations where I should have gone fire. I don't think I've actually picked it yet. But this is a way to deal with a bunch of fangs. Just don't know the situation that I get this. Giants also? Does it? It's flat damage, doesn't ignite them. Against giants, you would want like this. Or this. Depending on if you can get in range. Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe we should have gone launcher overload that game. That might have been correct. Oh, the start of the game went so well. I'm so sad we bungled that. I'm so scared to take acidic explosion. Acidic explosion when you're like heavy into Wasp, Rhino. It's just percent damage. Ugh. Realize it's game-winning moments. I'm sure it does. The one time that I took this, it ended up doing more damage to me than my opponent. I was very sad. Giant killer. Kills everything. Giants or no. 6 HP a second. Kills everything. It's more just like if you can get crawlers in their face and your army won't walk over the acid, acidic explosion is great. But it's just in those situations where you're getting the crawlers on top of the enemy, often impact drill also just works. And it doesn't come with the same risk. Low HP can walk through. Not really. I've had acidic explosion just kill my other crawlers. Like, you would think 6%'s not that much, but everything dies. I don't know if that's because of, like, the defense reduction is stacking with 6% HP a second, but, like, it will kill your crawlers. Fast units will clear it? Maybe. I think it rounds weirdly. It might be that, yeah. You could always test on testing grounds. You could. I tested one thing on testing grounds earlier. It took so long. It's not the cleanest experience. Everyone EM shot on sledges. It doesn't deal with... What are the frontline tech things that you need to deal with? It doesn't deal with photonic plating. It disables... Does this brick combat shields from Fangs? I don't think so. I wouldn't think it does either, but... Fire kills the small units faster than acid? I believe that. Because fire is flat, right? Stops rhinos. It doesn't stop rhinos. Photonic ignores EM shot, because of course it does. Immune to electromagnetic. Yeah. The ability's crazy. Yeah, it's a huge reason why rhinos are as good as they are. Just eat so much damage. Doesn't the coating prevent acid? Probably. Yep. There's coating acid crawler. That's cute. The issue is, well, no, because the coating wears off. Like, at the time, your army would be walking into the acid. I guess it mitigates the risk a bit of, like, if your crawlers get sniped on your side. But in that situation, you still just wasted a bunch of money on acid. Vulcan spawning a marksman who spawns fangs. Well, that was a thing someone was saying in chat earlier. They really liked the marksman shooting squad upgrade. You only get 5. That's so few. You get 18 with Fang. I guess it is a big pivot from what marksmans normally do. upgrade here I don't use. This one. How long I've been playing? I've been playing on stream for the last 3 days. Try this. We're just wrapping up for tonight, just having a quick discussion about the units, what we learned over the course of the night. Hacker is such a weird unit. I think learning how to use this unit is really important. I think I just gotta like throw some games for a day, making hackers in different situations, and figuring out what upgrades to go for and how to position this unit. I think all of these upgrades matter a lot. I have a friend who's out playing after trying to make a hacker work. Well, it's situational based on what the opponent's got and what you can get the hacker to target. Like, if the opponent tries to answer your frontline Rhino with frontline Rhino, then you throw down a hacker with enhanced control, and then you have 2 Rhinos. Level 2 hacker, turn 1 or 2 from the level 2 specialist. You can just ignore it. Yeah, but I don't think ignoring it, you're playing optimally. Barrier's huge. Yeah, against Mass Fang. That got me earlier tonight. That was why I went into practice mode to see what Hacker did. Hacker with Barrier multiple control eats Fangs alive. Like, it will answer an infinite number of Fangs. Barrier eats Sledge alive too. Yeah, that's what I was trying last game, but it didn't quite work. The hackers just died too soon. The thing with Hacker is it feels like you need to get 2 upgrades most of the time. Like, it's always Barrier plus something else. Except maybe in the Rhino v Rhino case. Yeah, also 100 unlock. It's a big commitment. Which is why, like, I think I just have to throw games for a bit to get a feeling for how the unit works. So that I do actually know the situations where it's good. Don't know how you feel about sledges in general. Yeah. I unlock it more tonight than I do most of the time. Until today, unless Sledge was my starting unit, I just never unlocked them. But I picked them up a few times when the opponent had a bunch of like crawlers or fangs. And it was okay on like turn 2, turn 3. If you can get them leveled, they can invalidate a portion of the opponent's comp with armor enhancement. So like it complemented the Wasp stuff really well, where I'd have a Wasp on their flank, they make a Mustang to counter it, then I pull the Wasp out and have sledges with armor to eat the Mustangs later on. Like, if you can get the Mustangs to aggro onto the sledges, then they don't have the Mustangs to anti-air your Wasps, and it's just like a wasted unit. But it only really works if you can get the sledges leveled. So it's kind of important to get them early, because this scales with levels. And, like, you're already picking them up to deal with other things that armor enhancement eats alive. So, like, you force them to go Mustangs when they already have crawlers or fangs. Armor is vital. I don't know if armor is vital, but it is very good. I think you can definitely have comps that don't involve armor, especially when you've got like Rhinos with photon coating as your main tank. But depending on what the opponent's doing, armor can be devastating. And it's important to keep in mind as you're getting your comp together to make sure that you don't just fold to armor. Because it's definitely very easy to accidentally not be able to kill a level 2 sledge. I've been there. Or a level 2 steel ball. Usually happens with steel ball. I think it's wise to have at least 1 unit with armor tech. Do you mean just like on your bar? Yeah. You definitely should have access to armor. But I don't think you build it every game. Yeah, yeah. No, it's fine. It can be tricky to get what you mean to say across some short text messages. Mistake all the time, end up facing Arclights with Mustangs that do literally 0 damage. I forgot Arclights get it too. I so rarely tech up Arclights. I don't even have it on here. I feel like I probably should, considering what you build Arclights for. Just makes it an even harder counter. Yeah, we'll play more Mechabellum tomorrow. We're probably playing Mechabellum for the foreseeable future. It's cheap. Yeah, it is crazy how cheap this is for how high impact it is. But yeah, if you... Yeah, because Arclight's the thing that gets levels early too. Like, you buy an Arclight because your opponent has Fangs or Crawlers. So you just accidentally get like a level 3 Arclight, throw armor enhancement on it, and your opponent can't kill it. Should be this then. Like, a pretty significant amount of the time, if you're doing that, you're gonna also want to loot Marksman then. Where, like, I don't think I've ever taken range enhancement. Even a level 1 dig 0 damage from a swarm units. Until they get leveled, yeah. Leveled Arclights are decent against level 1 tanks. You hit for... You just don't do any damage to them. Like, you hit for 800. Level 1 tanks have 6,000 HP. So it takes you like 6 shots to kill a sledgehammer. I don't think that ever works. It doesn't splash either. The sledges are too big. Look, the stats in Elite Marksman sound so greedy. Well, the way that I'm thinking about it here is what are the situations where I'm going to take range? And I think the only time that I'm ever going to afford the range upgrade on this is when I have this, like, level 3, level 4. And at that point, this is just better. Because you're also getting the attack bonus. So it just lets the Arclights scale into the late game more when you get the early levels on them. But when I'm not getting the early levels on Arclight, I don't want to commit 300 resources into range enhancement. That's so expensive. Arcs can outrange marks. That's interesting. There's a game where you say a swarming tank army got smashed by elite spec, and the Arclights got to 4. Might have been the starting crawlers. Yeah. Well, with elite, maybe it's a little different, because you do get the damage bonus, but... Like, if your Arclights are, like, level 3, level 4... At level 4, you're one-shotting the tanks? Maybe?